Jay Sano without intro music. Jay Sano with intro music. Intro music remix. Jay Sano 19. Jay Sano 19. Jay Sano 19. Jay Sano 19. Hello everybody and welcome back. It is Jeff again coming to you from the Minecrack vanilla server. And I wanted to point out a few things that some of the viewers told me, that using glass panes like I did when I actually put stuff in here, it's going to actually start connecting those blocks, and I completely did not think about that. So I will be replacing these with normal glass so it looks a little bit better in the future. I moved the button a little bit. This is kind of the farthest I can move the button without having to like do some fancy redstone. And I went and got a little bit of jungle wood so that I could at least cover this up somewhat, make it look a little bit better. And I started doing a wraparound as per suggestion with sandstone steps to make it look better, and I think it really does make it look better. I just need to actually finish this thing out, but let's check it out and see that it still does function as it should, which is great. And there goes my cart. Oh, zombie, you almost just messed that thing up. Some people have said to put fences around here in order to make sure people don't fall in, which is something I might do. I had actually made some trap doors because my plan was, oh, I can put some trap doors here and have the timing so that the trap doors fire open when the cart comes through here. And I think, as cool as I think that would be, I think the redstone involved is way more than I'm going to be able to do, especially with this little area that I have to work with. So that being said, I think fences are going to be, I was going to kind of cover it up with fences or make a work area here as somebody suggested and just close it off, or make a big section here that says, you know, under construction or workers only or something like that. I also could move the item sorter completely underground and then have carts two different carts that come up and collect things from the gravel and from the sand, and then just basically jump and have them sit on top of here on these chests themselves and then go back down, which would get rid of some of this. But I don't think I'm going to do that for no other reason than I'm not going to do that, which is funny to say, but that is the only reason. I think I'm just going to build a big box to the side of it and see how bad it looks. And I know some people might not appreciate that at all because it's not, going to be the most pretty thing in the world, and it would be nice if I could have the whole thing just have this side profile. I think it would be really cool. Unfortunately, I just don't know how possible it is to do that. Because I'm even trying to think if I could have an item sorter go around somewhere and have the chests be even out a little bit farther that where you can access them. But it's still, I don't think it would line up properly. But anyways, enough with the Connect 4 today. I'm going to head back to the base, and it is dark when I head back to the base, so I'll just meet you guys when I get over there. Oh, excuse me, wow. Right when I hit the record button, of course, I just got something caught in my throat, so that's always nice. But anyways, guys, welcome back to the base. I just realized I'm still wearing my temple armor, the Depth Strider, and the Aqua Affinity stuff. I need to go get rid of it and get my normal stuff back. I actually probably have slept. Let's do that. Let's make sure we sleep first so that I can actually respawn back at home. And I'm going to take a break from stuff around here for a minute. I would love to go find a good cave, but it's going to be a little bit difficult to find a cave. But just because I have to venture out so far to find one. I wish when I went on that nether run and made a base somewhere, it took me so long to get back because I got myself so lost. I don't even think I could find that secondary nether area again, but one of these days, who knows, maybe we'll get there. These cats not helping me as much as I wish they would, and they make a lot of freaking noise, so they might not be sticking around for very much longer. I love cats, but I don't love noisy cats. I don't know. There's something about it. So, what happened recently with me? Well, I went to my awards banquet for the fire department yesterday and realized that I got an award for, I mean, it's not really an award. It is an award, but it's not one that you like earn per se by doing something special. But I did get my 5-year award for the fire department. And it's crazy to me. I can't believe it's been 5 years since I joined the fire department. I hope there's, you know, good 5 more to come on it. I love it. But so that was a lot of fun getting to go do that, hang out with the fire department people outside of a, you know, actual fire scene. It was more, you know, hanging out and just having a good old time with people. I have to plant some stuff out here. So that's always nice. I always enjoy doing that, and yeah, it just feels good. But besides that, I have these rabbits over here. Can you breed rabbits? Anybody tell me that? I know you can't make them love you, but can you breed them? Or are they just going to inevitably die? I haven't messed with rabbits too much since they originally had made it so you could breed them, or you could tame them, and then they took away the ability to tame them. What do rabbits like to eat? Probably, well, let's go plant this, since I apparently don't have any wheat at all. Oh, I have a little bit of wheat. We will still plant these seeds because I want to get something growing over here at least. Probably should be potatoes, but potatoes are outplayed on this server. I mean, by me. I don't know if they truly are outplayed by other people on the server or not, but I love making me potatoes. Oh yeah, that was perfection on how much of that I actually used. I want to play with these guys. I would love to have them as pets. I wish you still could. I don't know if they had any advantage. You know what? That's what I should do. I should go find dogs. I don't have any dogs. So you don't like those. You probably like the seeds that I just got rid of or something, right? Because I'm sure you don't like spider eyes, right? No. How about cooked flesh? How about potatoes? I was hoping they would be people after my own stuff. Let's, you know what? I got 7 bones. That's not that many bones. I probably should go get some more if I'm going to go on the hunt for dogs. I want to see. Got plenty more bones there. Perfect. I think I'm going to make a boat and venture out and look for dogs. I'll take a bed with me. I'm looking to see if I have any wood, which I don't. I have some wood on me, but it's jungle wood, and I was hoping to not use this jungle wood. So I guess let's go just chop a couple pieces in order to make a boat. And we're going to just venture, and I don't need to venture too far. Well, that was... Okay, we'll just get one more piece of wood and call it a day. Yeah, I don't need to venture necessarily too far, because I just need to find the right biome to be in. But this is definitely something I haven't done in a while. I don't know how many people actually have dogs on this server this time, because I just haven't seen them around too much. I guess they lose their appeal when it's not a PvP type of map, because, you know, dogs really help in PvP. I don't know how much they actually help otherwise. I guess I can go punch certain, like, zombies and stuff and have the dogs go attack them for me. That's always nice. Is that BTC's water temple? Yeah, that should be BTC's water temple. We're just going to go out this way. It doesn't matter if these are habited or inhabited pieces of land either. I just don't want to get myself lost, which is exactly what I'm going to do by zigzagging the way that I'm zigzagging. So, anyways, I've been watching, you know, I watch random, like, cooking shows and things like that. Old show that I used to really like, but I just hadn't seen it in a while. What is... Oh, it's another temple. I thought it was an underground village, and I was like, are you serious? There's an underground village? But no, it's just the other water temple. There's so many of them in this world. It's kind of crazy. One of the shows I used to enjoy because I love to barbecue, but it's called Barbecue Pitmaster. And they just did like a little marathon of it on TV the other day. And so I watched them over the last couple days when I had some spare time. It looks like somebody set up shop on this island, which is... Or is this just one of those flower biomes? Actually, I think this is just one of those flower biomes. It looks pretty. And I was watching the grand finale this morning, and something one of the guys said in it kind of, I can't say it bothered me, but you hear people use this saying all the time, and they're like, he delivered his box of barbecue, and in this particular, like, challenge, you have to go deliver your box of barbecue. So he gives up his box of barbecue, against this competitor, and they go through and they judge it and they critique it and tell you what they did like about it, what they didn't like about it. And one of the issues that he had with it was his ribs were slightly, they said he could have used a little bit more time in the smoker, that they didn't quite get the flavor that they wanted, and they were still a little bit tough and they wanted them more tender. So of course afterwards they're like, he's like, I still feel strong about my dish, I did, a good job with it. Feel like it was, still had a decent taste and all this stuff, which is true. You back up and you stand by your food. But they asked him at the end, they said, would you have done anything different? And he says, nope, I stand by my food. I would have done absolutely nothing different. And this is something that, yes, I understand that when you do things that maybe were a mistake, that you can stand by them. What is that? Well, that's just weird looking sand. I could have sworn that sand was like turning into gold or something like that. God, I didn't think we'd be venturing out this far to find a taiga or whatnot. But either way, yeah, when you make a mistake, but you have a rationale for making the mistake that you made, like let's say at a hospital or in the field as an EMT or something, I give somebody a drug that's supposed to save their life in an emergency situation, and you were allergic to it, and I didn't know that, but you were unconscious at the time, and you end up dying. Okay, I know that's an extreme example, but my training and my protocol would dictate that, perfect, that you should receive that drug, that it may save your life, and if I do nothing, you are going to die. I did something, it ended up helping you along to death, so it wasn't good. Good things did not come out of it. But that's a situation where, given the knowledge and everything that you had at the time, and the fact that you couldn't have made any different decision based on all the information that you had at hand. Yes, that's where you can say I would have done nothing different, in that situation, because that's what I had to go with. This guy, it's a little bit different, I believe, when it comes to, like, food. He was straight up told by the judges, like, he said he liked he wanted a little bit of bite to his, or a little tug to his rib, and they said they didn't like the tug on his rib, that they wanted it to be much more tender, and they didn't think he got the right flavor profile in there, and his excuse, oh, look, it's more ice biome, that somebody can get very mad that I decimated. Hey, there's another boat over here. Or actually, is this the ice biome I already did decimate? It could be. Either way, I'm on the search for dogs, so I'm going in this way. Okay, maybe we found our cave. Oh my god, there is so much stuff. This thing's gonna die soon. There are so many noises happening right now below me. But when you are straight up told that the thing that you thought that the judges were going to like, they did not like. They did not like that tug. They thought it needed to be cooked a little bit longer. And they did not like the flavor profile that you put on it as much as you thought they did. When they then ask you, would you have done anything different? Sure, you might like that personally in your food. And maybe when you go home, you're going to cook it the exact same way that you just cooked it, because of the fact that... Jesus Christ. Because of the fact that that's the way that you would prefer your food to be. That's great, and that's fine. Stand by that all day long, that that's what you want. But you're in a cooking competition, and when the cooking competition is judged, and you now know that your judges completely disliked what you did for them, don't say that you would have done absolutely nothing different, because that's just stupidity. If you get the opportunity to fix it, it's something about learning from your mistakes. Yes, I might personally like it that way, but I found out that the people who actually are making the decisions and judging me didn't like things that way. So therefore, why would I sit there and tell you that, yep, even though I know you didn't like it, I would do it again the exact same way. And I think that's like a moral lesson for life, because some people are too... And I'm not saying he was doing this to be like a jerk or anything, but some people are extremely self-absorbed, and they think that they're right in the way that they do something, and if you don't like it, it's because you're wrong, not because like people have different tastes. And there's a lot of people I run into like that on a daily basis, and it does get extremely frustrating because when people actually do think that they're right and they're the only ones that can be right about like anything in the world, it gets really, really bad. So when you go through life, take the opportunity to, I shouldn't have done that probably, but take the opportunity to learn from either mistakes. It doesn't even have to be, it's not that this guy necessarily made a mistake, because like I said, if he wants to go home and cook his ribs the same way that he just did for those judges, because that's the way he likes it and he's going to be the one that's eating it, or his family's going to be the one that's eating it, man, more power to you, dude, because that's the audience that you're cooking for at the time. It's like comedians. You don't have, hi creeper, you can't have comedians who constantly make like racist jokes to a group of people who are arguing about the fact that they hate racism and won't stand for racism. But you can do it around people who appreciate that kind of humor. But you would just be an idiot if you were to walk into a club of people who dislike that style of joke and then assume that they are the ones who are wrong because they booed you off stage and how they're just dumb and they just don't know comedy. No, they just don't like your particular style of comedy. Go find the audience that does. That's what it's all about. It's finding the right audience for what you do. You think like making these Minecraft videos, do you think I'm upset because there's, most people aren't, adults around my age who want to sit there and watch Minecraft videos? No, that is a part of my channel because they appreciate listening to what I talk about with life and things like that. But a big chunk of the channel is the younger generation, because they really enjoy the game Minecraft and everything that has to do with it. They're not the people who are sitting there and going and, the lawyers and doctors of the world who are spending their time studying medical journals as much, like really taking as much of a fancy to it. It's because it's a different audience. Yeah, I don't know, just it's a lesson to take with life, that it's okay to say that you would change something about things that you have done in the future, because you now know that there'd be either a better way to handle it or a different method that could have made, more of the masses happier. Because yeah, if you're in like a competition and you have 3 judges and you have one judge who says, I wouldn't have changed a thing about what you did because I loved this dish, it was my style, it was perfect, it was great. But 2 judges who say, I hated it, didn't want anything to do with that. And I'm not saying that's what happened in this show, but you have 2 judges that say, I hated it, I don't want anything to do with that, I'd never want to eat that again. It's got the lowest rating in my book because I personally think it was disgusting. And you go home and, yeah, you can pride yourself that the one judge loved it and you cater to their taste. But the problem is, if you lose the competition because one judge liked it, but the other 2 absolutely hated it, and another guy, a guy or girl or whatever, wins the competition because all 3 judges either liked their stuff, or they thought it was, mediocre, but it was enough to beat the fact that only one judge really liked it and 2 absolutely hated it. I mean, you gotta cater toward your audience. I'm getting really off topic on a lot of random discussions as well, without the ability to find a freaking dog. I remember when dogs first got introduced in this game, I used to go sit in taigas and I'd build a tree fort just to look down at the ground, and because they would spawn. I mean, let me make sure that this is a taiga. This is an ice plains, actually. Hold on. This is probably the taiga. That might be a taiga over there as well, but cold taiga. Cold taiga hills. It's a pretty in-depth biome. It has taiga in the name, though. I'm hoping that there's dogs involved in it. Granted, I have absolutely zero idea how to get home at this point because I'm not 100% sure which directions I've twisted and turned and gone. But I really want to find me some dogs. I mean, I've got cats. Why not dogs? Yeah, I used to go make tree forts and sit up there and watch and wait for like hours until a dog would spawn. Oh, doggy. Oh, doggies. Doggy, 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 doggy. Wait, whoa, no, what am I doing? Why am I wasting these? No, I need bones, not bone meal. Hi, buddy. Yay, orange doggy. Yay, orange doggy. Stand up, fella. Stand up, Bella. Now I can breed you. So I can just breed you right now, right? Is it meat? Is it raw meat? Zombie flesh? Potatoes? Zombie flesh. Where'd the dog go? Shouldn't they be following me? There he is. Baby doggy! Oh yeah, got another big dog over here. You're still wild. Hey, hey, hey! Stop eating him. Nice. Can't. There you go. I got 4 doggies now. I knew we could make it happen. Now getting him home might be a slightly difficult task. Wait, did somebody take damage? No, nobody took damage. Come on, fellas. Yeah, as opposed to waiting in a tree. Look at that. I just made it happen right there. Right there. And you can probably breed again. I'm going to have this whole army of dogs to take home. I do feel like I'm in UHC again now. No, you already ate. You already... Doggy! They're so cute. Do you have to tame these ones? No, he's tamed. He's mine. Excellent! So, guys, you got to watch me get some dogs. Talk a little bit about my interpretation of life lessons. Might not quite be the same as yours. That's fine. That's the joys. Having different opinions. Talking about different things. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. As always, this is Jeff. Hit that like button, and I'll see you next time.